So I have to wonder if there aren't some foundational cracks developing in both the Big 10 and the Big 12. Of course, in the wake of the new additions to both conferences, Oregon and Washington to the Big 10, Arizona, Arizona State, and Utah to the Big 12, a lot of new teams are coming and going in college football, and both of those conferences, respectively, the Big 10, the Big 12, they have a lot of work to do integrating all those new teams. And almost immediately, stakeholders within those two conferences, the new stakeholders, I should say, began chirping and saying things that point to some potential problems in the future. Most notable was Arizona State University's athletic director, Ray Anderson, who half-jokingly said that he would not be attending any road games in West Virginia and that he would assign his underling, his assistant athletic director, the task of making those far-out trips. And this did not really go down very well in the Big 12, especially in Morgantown. A lot of people took umbrage to this kind of remark. But you do kind of have to wonder, if the AD of a university doesn't want to make the trip to Morgantown, will any of the players? Because the fact of the matter is, it's over 2,000 miles from Tempe, Arizona to Morgantown, West Virginia. And although a handful of people out there really enjoy making 4,000-mile business trips, I'm guessing the average person really is not looking forward to that. These sentiments were echoed by Oregon and Arizona State softball players who essentially said, "We chose to go to our universities because they were regional. Our parents could come and see most of our games, and we would not be expected to travel coast to coast to play a softball game." So you really have to wonder if we're already hearing complaints about travel from athletic directors in the Big 12 and athletes in the Big 10, and we haven't even started the games yet with these new teams. We haven't even started those seasons where those teams are included. Are we seeing the beginning of cracks in the foundations of the Big 12 and the Big 10? And I know fans of both those conferences are automatically going to say stuff like, no, it's not a problem. You're just jealous of our conferences now because we're better than you. But anyone with any kind of objectivity has to be a little bit concerned here. Because in both those conferences, there is no geographical coherence. There is no sense of regionalism at all. These are two far-flung conferences whose members oftentimes don't share any kind of cultural similarities except for their desire for more money. And I know money is the factor driving all of this. I get it. That's painfully obvious to anyone who has an ounce of sense. But we need to do something to reach out and to help out the student athletes who find themselves in these new conferences, especially the ones who are now expected to travel coast to coast for volleyball games and softball games. So hopefully the conference commissioners for both the Big 10 and the Big 12 can find some solution for the extreme amount of travel that appears to be on the horizon for both those conferences. Because if cracks are showing up on your foundation before you even move in, you're in for a very challenging and difficult ride. This is Kevin in Texas saying God bless each and every one of you, and I'll talk to you later.